Hi everyone, this is Crystal with Emerson Aurora Design. And today I'm going to show you how I made this rainbow heart tumbler with double-sided adhesive. This is a 20-ounce straight from the Stainless Depot. I did sand it down, I washed it, and I spray painted it a matte white. I just wanted a white base for this double-sided adhesive here. This is a disclaimer. I do not recommend this double-sided adhesive tape that I purchased off Amazon. It is the first brand that I ever tried, and it does not cut well. And I guess this is kind of like a burst tumbler in the way that people are making burst tumblers right now. But this is before the burst tumblers became really popular. This video was kind of recorded several months ago, before the burst tumblers came out. But I wanted to make this multi-layered, I guess essentially heart, and I'm going to color it with rainbow colored glitters. You could see that my double-sided adhesive that I'm using here did not cut well. It cut directly through the paper, and it's very hard to remove from this backing, but I am going to persevere through this. I did this template. I just cut out a bunch of hearts. I did not put them on a full wrap like the classic bursts are now. I didn't really even know to do that at the time, but here you can see me kind of struggling through placing this adhesive down the best I can. This tumbler is a lesson in patience for me. So I just wanted to show you how I'm going to kind of power through, and you'll see how beautiful the tumbler turns out in the end. So I'm just trimming that edge there. I wasn't able to peel these completely off the paper individually because they were all cut all the way through both sides of the double-sided adhesive, I guess. So I'm just placing these around my tumbler. They are overlapping in some spots. And I'm just burnishing it down with my finger to make sure I have a good adherence down with that kind of tape, I guess it is. I'm leaving these the video of me struggling with this stuff because, oh my goodness, it is annoying. But you know what? I already bought it, so I wanted to use it. And there you go. I will list the double-sided adhesive that I do recommend. I've used another brand since this video. It's the cat scratch deterrent tape that you could purchase on Amazon. I'll leave a link to that in the description box below because I have used that on a few different tumblers, on some tutorials that I have coming up, and I'll show you how I use that. And that is what I recommend for the double-sided kind of burst tumblers. There's so many things you could do with the double-sided adhesive on your tumblers, just not, not this brand. I don't even know what brand it was, to be honest. But I'm going to piece my heart template on there as best I can. It'll all be covered up. It'll be fine. The glitter will cover and it will be fabulous. I have to keep telling myself that, I guess. Now I'm just, like I said, trimming off that excess tape here, double-sided adhesive tape. And I'm going to burnish that down really nicely to get a good grip on that tumbler. And where these hearts are overlapping, I'm just kind of making a line with my fingernail, and that is where I'm going to cut and trim these overlaps down. And I'm going to peel that extra up so that it looks like the hearts are kind of stacked on each other, if that makes sense. You'll be able to tell better later when I have the glitter on it. So I'm removing the backing and the tape. And there's no rhyme or reason how I'm deciding which hearts would be in the foreground and which hearts would be in the background. I kind of like a mix, so it looks like they're kind of shuffled together like a deck of cards, I guess. It just gives it more depth and more interest. It cuts fairly easily, a little too easily, that's why it cut through, my Cricut cut through both sides. I even cut this on the washi tape setting and it still cut through, so that's why I purchased the other cat scratch double-sided adhesive later. This is another tumbler in my rainbows. I'm loving rainbows right now, so a lot of my tumbler tutorials are going to have rainbow themes. I don't know why this was so satisfying to trim these hearts like this and peel them up, but it was. Make sure you're using a sharp blade, otherwise, as you can see, it kind of pulled up a little bit, but I think that was one of the sections that I was going to peel up anyway. So here's my color palette. These are just various rainbow shade colors that I have from my glitter wall. I think most of them are from the Glitter Craze. I have a lot of their glitters and I really enjoy them. If you haven't used Glitter Craze or checked them out, I would suggest giving them a try. I'll leave them a link to their store in the description box. So I know that I guess I did not record the first couple sections of doing my glitter. That's okay. I'm just going in rainbow order and I'm peeling off each section here as I go, just like you do for the burst tumblers. And I'm just kind of gently patting the glitter down on this adhesive, not really burnishing, but you can burnish it down also. I wanted more adhesion of the glitter to this tumbler, so I chose not to burnish. And I'm doing the same rainbow pattern on each of the hearts. If you hear my dog snorting, he's up here saying hello. This is the part that I just love to do. It is so messy. I try to catch as much of my glitter as I can, but I always end up having glitter just coating me when my clothes are just covered in glitter whenever I do these type of tumblers. But that's okay. We all need a little sparkle in our life, don't we? My husband just loves it when I come out of my craft room and I just am like a poof of glitter is following me as I walk in the room. I'm just going to take a chip brush here and brush off my excess glitter. And this tumbler adhesive, I guess it's not tumbler adhesive, it's double-sided adhesive. It holds the glitter pretty well. It's not crazy great. That's why I don't recommend it. I have tried, like I said, better brands, but it is working the way I want it to, and I am fairly happy with this. I will go in and add a second coat to my pink heart in the middle because I want those to pop more. My lighting is very bright, so it's hard to really see how beautiful these colors are. You'll see, have a little better grasp later on in the video. Now okay, so I did brush that off with my chip brush, and I did spray it with a sealer, a clear spray paint sealer, to seal my glitters in place. And now you can see how vibrant those colors are. But since I did not do a full wrap with the double-sided adhesive, I'm going to go in with a thin brush, a small brush, and some Mod Podge. You can use Mod Podge or glitter glue, whatever you really like to use. I have Mod Podge, so that's what I'm using. But I'm going to go in and I'm going to fill in those white areas with some Mod Podge, and I'm going to use my hot pink glitter because I really love the pink in the middle of the heart, and I wanted to just accent that and make the whole tumbler hot pink around the hearts, and that's what I'm doing. Now this pink will have a little bit of a different color since it's being glued down instead of with the adhesive, so it'll be more vibrant. And that's why I go in here in just a little while and I'm going to add a second layer of the pink on the hearts in the center because I really wanted them to match nicely. And you can see the difference in the way the glitter is laid down. When glitter's laid down with this adhesive, it's more of a burnished look. And when you lay glitter down with glue, it is more textured, I guess. It's a little more vibrant. I guess, I don't know if that makes sense, guys, but I'm doing the best I can today. So I'm just going to go around and fill in those areas with the Mod Podge and glitter. You can see some white lines in some areas where the blue meets the purple, and that's where the adhesive tape did not, it basically was pulled up and it didn't have any stick to it, but that's okay. We're going to outline each of my hearts. I created an offset image with the hearts that I made in Cricut Design Space, and I cut out thin bands of holographic vinyl, and I'm going to outline each color of my hearts later. Once I'm finished with this glitter, I am going to, well, I'm not done yet, but you'll see in a minute. I'm going to glitter my heart centers, and then once I'm done with that, I do brush off my excess glitter with a chip brush, and I do seal my glitters because I don't want them to move and travel as I put my epoxy on. So I do seal it 2 to 3 times with my Rust-Oleum clear acrylic enamel spray paint, I think it's called. But anyway, it's clear spray paint, or you can use like clear enamel. And don't forget to glitter your bottom. I could have carried that bottom heart down and around to the bottom of the tumbler, but the way that that double-sided adhesive was giving me hassle, I just decided to glitter the whole bottom pink. And now I'm just adding the second layer with my paintbrush and some Mod Podge of that pink. I did not go in and add any second layers to any of the other glitters because I was happy with how they were. I just wanted this pink to match the outside of the hearts. And there she is. So after I applied my clear sealer, and I did apply about 2 layers of epoxy, now I'm moving on to my outlines. This is holographic vinyl. I'm pretty sure it is Cricut brand, which I do not like. I don't enjoy Cricut brand vinyl, but I had a few rolls and I just grab what I have, and that's what I had. Anyway, I thought it would look pretty with the rainbows. So I just made offsets with my Cricut Design Space in the hearts that I made the template. And I'm going to place those right on the tumbler. I wanted to have an outline on each color just to give it some depth and separate those colors and fill in the lines that there may be there between like the blue and the pink and the purple. You know, there was little lines there of white, so I didn't want those to show. So this does a good job of camouflaging. It also adds a layer of depth. So as you can see, I did epoxy over that glitter, and it was 2 layers. I let them cure completely in between each. I did do a sanding layer in between also because I wanted my tumbler to be nice and smooth before I lay down my vinyl. I think part of the reason why I had issues with this Cricut vinyl sticking to my transfer tape is because I was so brilliant and am using an old piece of transfer tape, and it wasn't as sticky as it normally is. But there are my beautiful lines. Now I did trim to make sure that those outlines fit nicely on the overlay. I put on 2 more layers of epoxy on my tumbler, and here she is. It is so gorgeous. With all the hassle I had with the double-sided adhesive and all that, she turned out so pretty, and I'm so happy with how sparkly and vibrant this tumbler is. I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch my tutorial, or as I should say, the journey into craziness with this tumbler. If you're new to my channel, I'd love for you to consider subscribing. Hit that big thumbs up for me. I have more tutorials coming for you in the future. You can drop a comment or question below. I would be happy to get back with you on any of that. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy crafting, you guys, and I hope that you learned something from my mistakes today. Happy crafting, everyone.